Now number 8 subbing into the game for the Huskies. She's bringing some length to this team. Roycroft, Neufeld loves that shot from the baseline corner, can't get it to fall. Swooping in is Roycroft. What a hustle play that was. And Annabelle Neufeld drops the 3. Neufeld was 17 points yesterday. A steal.
To get that defensive rebound or chase down the loose basketball, because the shooter so far has been able to get their own rebound twice now, and that could be quite costly against a team like Riverside. And their Avery kind of demonstrates the exact same thing.
Avery getting the offensive rebound of her own miss, getting the putback there. Hart, great defense. Georgia right to the rim, can't score it. Andruchow with the rebound. Is press, rather that is 13 Faith Hunter.
It's a great scoring look that needs to get finished. You know, we talked about the type of team that Riverside is, and costly mistakes are often missed opportunities, and we probably use that phrase quite a bit in December, hoping that by the time we got to this side of the season that maybe there's not as many missed opportunities, but now it's about pressure and handling the pressure of a big moment. So might be rust in December, and now it's pressure in March.
Well, I had a great time doing those games at TDI with each other in December, and Seattle and Riverside in the final. A potential for that is a BC final. Of course, the Huskies and the Yale Lions will have a lot to say about that tonight, but that was a terrific basketball game, won by Seattle over Riverside.
Well, I realize today is the first day of March, so let the madness begin. So we'll kind of see what happens today.
Fitting, yes, with that leap day throwing me off of my calendar. Great job by Avery to step in front of it. She's going to pull up from 3. Avery, Sussex with a triple.
There's times as a team that you're going to have to figure out, can you combine breaking their press and looking to score, or do you just focus on handling the pressure first, then getting a second half look? And so far, OKM seems to be a little bit...
Pressure again from Riverside as Huskies get down court. They cross half court now, and they near steal by Neufeld. Inside they go, and a great job there from Presley Hoff. Down the floor, Hart almost gets that to go. She really had to move down the floor. That one a little overthrown. Andruchow into traffic. Ball rolls right to the Huskies, and able to get a shot from the corner there from Faith Hunter.
Yeah, this last minute, a little bit frantic on both ends. You know, OKM really trying to stay focused on breaking the press, but then again, needing to stay maybe a little bit more composed in the half court, and Riverside can play this style. You know, they can...
For Riverside. And a second chance here off the offensive rebound on that miss. Neufeld. Annabelle on the floor, the spin move, and Andruchow getting a piece of that one.
Lead, now they're chipping away. Hopefully by the end of this quarter, some free throws. But second chance opportunities. You know, 4 or 5 offensive rebounds by the shooter that got some really good scoring looks, and that's the story of this lead so far.
Georgia Hart underneath is going to finish it off. Talk about the versatility and the scoring weapons on this Riverside team. Right now the lead at 11. Down to 15 seconds remaining shot clock here for the Huskies. Off the ball goes back to number 4, Asia Borg. They go underneath the Mea Andruchow, and that's going to do it for the first quarter of play. So they will say that foul, I guess. Presley Hoff, is that the one we're talking about? Andruchow with the basketball. Double team comes to her in the corner. She finds an open player, and then they go to Hunter. Underneath to Andruchow, who cut into the basket to lay it in.
One of the things that we say is that Riverside wants to rush OKM's decision making. That was a great example of just having composure. She got to the key, landed on 2, found the composure, and get a good score.
Underneath off the inbounds play, Avery's going to get fouled. Unable to connect from the free throw line, but...
And that might be the conversation piece that she talks about after the game, that missed free throw.
Scramble for a loose ball. They both hit the deck, Sandu and Mendoza. And the possession arrow will favor number for the Huskies, rather, Asia Borg, senior guard for Sandu. Hunter, or rather Hart, Georgia Hart unable to score it. Well off the mark on the shot from distance, kick back out. Oh, and we do call Georgia's name a lot. Georgia Hart in this game, 6 points. See how she keeps doing offensively. She has been the top scorer behind Sussex all season. Okanagan Mission, they'll keep finding ways to hang around.
And it's coming from different players at different times and in different ways, whether it's an offensive rebound or an open shot or a great transition defensive slot. You know, this is a team that's had success, even if it's not been at the 4A level. And that just goes to, that actually works in OKM's favor.
Underneath, they go off the inbounds, and they get a quick hitter and a basket for Henna Verk. So 6-point lead restored here for the Rapids. 2:42 to the break. Andruchow for three. High arcing shot, too strong.
The great thing about someone who steps onto the floor for the first time and she's ready to score that basket. And it's so critical in these big games where, again, it takes the pressure off of someone like Avery Sussex, where if she's not able to score in 2 or 3 possessions in a row, but you get an inbound score like that, I mean, that just allows her to go to work. That's
the Henna Verk basket we're talking about, and Sussex going into the post to make things happen again. 43-35, 8-point lead for the Rapids. Here's Hunter. That 3 ball from Presley Hopp off the mark. Mendoza for 3. So both teams struggling from distance the last few possessions.
Riverside, so it's just about settling down on defense. I think they tried to play with a little bit of composure in the half court there, but just a little miscue and a turnover. Now Riverside, again, they know what they're looking for in these kind of contexts. So they're getting their spacing correct, getting the ball to the right person at the right time, and then we'll see what kind of scoring like Avery Sussex typically gets in this.
Neufeld swings it inside, looking for Hart. A post-up look here. We'll see what Riverside does off this one. Sussex. My goodness. Avery swinging around, unable to get that to fall, and she's shaking her head as she comes up the court. 1 minute remaining first half. Underneath it, second chance opportunity. And that's Andruchow.
You look at Riverside using second chances to be able to maintain their lead in the first quarter, and now OKM is using second chances to make sure that the gap isn't too wide by the time they get into half court. So again, those offensive rebounds and some of those miscue type of shots are so critical in games like this.
Second chance, the theme here is Neufeld gets her own offensive rebound and puts it back. Shot off her hip there, and she's going to get a steal. Neufeld. And that is a great...
You know, get a great defensive stop on this inbounds, finish off with a good scoring look, and go into half going, we just have a... And stick to your game plan. Do what you know what works for your team.
That's what both these teams are doing. Miss there on the take inside by Hart. 18 seconds left.
It's about them figuring out what their scoring looks were and how effective they were going to be with doing certain things. And now we're seeing a season full of experience that's now, there's no question marks about what they need to do to win a game.
Oh, Avery Sussex. So Sussex with 3 seconds left in the half. And
start taking taking some outside shots a little bit earlier in the shot clock? Do you try to push the tempo? And Riverside has strategies to kind of counter that and show a little bit more pressure full court now to slow them down. And again, what you want, you're not going to get easily. So we'll see if OKM can just get one or two good scoring looks and again, missed opportunities by turning over the basketball. So if it's taking you 3 trips down the floor to get one good look, that's not going to get you back in this game.
5 points scored in the 6 minutes here. Sussex puts up the deep 3.
Traffic's that way.
So Georgia Hart will stay out there. Sussex. I hear the chuckle. I mean, you're talking about...
Well, you know, I'm sorry, that sideline play, overplay to a back cut, to a lob to Avery. We've seen that about 2 or 3 times already in today's game, and she finally got that one. She was a little bit frustrated with the last 2. But keep going to what works, I guess. And we talked about that earlier in the game. Just because the first time you try something, the ball doesn't go in, doesn't mean it's not a good look. And so, you know, Riverside continues to look for some of the great scoring opportunities that they get her off ball, especially. And if they can just get a catch and shoot or catch and score for her, that makes things a lot easier for her.
Avery put up a long shot there. She was commanding her teammates in the half court there, but elected to put up the shot well off the mark. And now Okanagan Mission. 7 points at the half. They have 42 with 3 minutes left in this third quarter.
Points is not a bad outing in the first half, but whether they can replicate it or not, Riverside can keep playing at this tempo for another 13 minutes of this game, and so it's always trying to play up to the speed and the tempo of their opponents.
Here's Sussex. Now to Hart. Georgia's been facing that kind of defense.
Well, both teams are kind of fighting the clock in the same way. Riverside at some point is going to look up and say, do we start getting ready for tomorrow? You know, OKM is going to have to look up the clock at some point and say, do we start getting ready for tomorrow?
In a different,
so, you know, you look at a semi-final context, and both teams are still fighting for something.
Great point here with 2:33 left in the third is Riverside. Thinking if they get past Okanagan Mission, they're going to have a real test tomorrow. Here's a deep 3. Avery unable to get that to fall. Avery, I don't know what she's putting up threes. Campanelli with the rebound. Tee it up again, this time Avery. Drive and dish.
No, because she's gone back to that a few times and has been unsuccessful, so we'll see if...
Yeah. I mean, if you're a Riverside fan, you'd be a little concerned, but Okanagan Mission has not been a threat on the offensive end of the floor. Can they score? Here they do. Andruchow underneath. Takes a pop, but it goes, and it makes it a 20-point game.
We'll see if they gain some momentum from that. You know, really good team score. The ball moved a few times, but can you respond with a defensive stop?
Avery. As you say, though, tough to draw on that after everything that's led them here. And we are obviously nearing the end of day 3 of 4 here. Hunter.
Great today, and so, you know, some of these drives are finishing into really tough takes, whereas, you know, perhaps if they were shooting the ball a little better, they'd trust that outside kick. So we'll see what they can do in terms of being able to knock down certain types of shots.
Inside they go, lane to the basket. We haven't seen a lot of that for Presley Hoff. She gets right to the rim and lays it in. 65-46, 1 minute remaining in the third quarter.
And you know what, that hesitation move, like sometimes you think that you have to get there really quickly to be able to score. And on that one, she was patient, a little bit of a hesitation move, and then the help side leaves and it's a wide open take. So can they stay composed enough to get 3 or 4 more of those?
Isla Kelly now with the basketball. Down to 38 seconds left, 17 on the shot clock. Sussex puts another deep 3.
She really wants that spot.
And number of big offensive boards and second chance opportunities for Riverside has been so huge here in this second half already. Almost feels like the fourth quarter. Avery's got the basketball. Oh!
We'll see if OKM can press the reset button going to this fourth and say, okay, like what are we still working for in this game? Because it's still about making sure that we're playing with confidence leading into tomorrow. And his name has been in those conversations all throughout. And so, you know, we've seen the Terry Fox run and we saw the semi run, but Riverside has always been in the mix. And so it's going to be really interesting to see how they develop over the span of grade 9, 10, 11, and 12 with certain of their athletes anyways.
Yeah, it's going to be fun to watch. And our next game as well, Siakam and Yale haven't won BC championships. And the dream alive for both of those teams as well. We'll follow this broadcast. Cheryl and I will be on hand to call that one. Yale versus Siakam. Underway early moments, fourth quarter here. Kelly back up top to Hart. Mendoza to Sussex. Avery powering her way in. Body's falling %. She's got 11 rebounds and 3 steals and a block shot. So a huge game for Avery Sussex.
And now it's about what are you trying to maintain. So with Riverside, you know, their communication, getting great shots, defensively, maybe not doing things like that. Just have a little bit more recovery time going to tomorrow's game.
So Sussex has played all 30 heading into the fourth quarter. She's
still out there. And as well, Georgia Hart, 27 minutes over the
first 30 of this game.
Taking over the mic here, so let's see if OKM can maybe hit a shot here and get a little bit of momentum going. We talked about long stretches of scoring that they haven't been able to do. And again, going into the fourth quarter with the 47 points, you know, the deficit that they're facing, they're going to have to find offense and a lot faster than they have been.
Certainly slowed down in that third quarter of players than we've seen in any game. Avery Sussex, I think, draws the cameras in the building. They keep hearing how incredible she is, and they haven't been disappointed here tonight. Underneath
championship, one more time before she heads on to the next. These are special moments, and again, you talked about how many minutes that she's been on the floor. This is what she's been training for.
They continue to remain on the floor, the key cogs of this Riverside team, and that ball shot perfectly by the Huskies, who have been starved for offense. Presley Hoff knocks down the triple.
And again, we'll see if OKM gets fueled by their offense here. That's a great three. Presley knocks that down, and now what? So, you know, a little bit more pressure, doubling down. If they can get these not give up second chance opportunities like they just did, you know, those are the backbreakers where you've just done a great job of getting a stop, maintain the possession of the basketball.
Well, they managed to hold the Rapids off this time down the floor. Avery is trying to score in the paint, fading from the basket. Takes a tumble to the pine here. Here's Hunter skipping it underneath. Ooh, and Andruchow gets hammered underneath by Kelly. And Maya Andruchow getting a chance.
That would be Kelly's disqualifying foul there, unfortunately.
Oh, she fouled out of the game. I hadn't realized she had been in foul trouble. Oh, wow. So Kelly is out of the game. Andruchow at the free throw line.
You look at someone who's a new addition to the Riverside program. A lot of these girls have been in this moment multiple times. This is new for her. And so again, like trying to recover from that in terms of fouling out, but you know, just learning how to steer your energy a little bit differently sometimes.
Mendoza now for the Rapids. Avery this time driving inside, draws the contact.
playing basketball outside of high school and doing a lot of different types of things to make sure that they're ready to be competitive in their high school programs. And again, when a coach can go 7, 8, 9, 10 deep in a game like this, you're ready for that final.
Here's Sussex. Andruchow to Hoff. Presley on the baseline, knifes through and makes it happen.
And again, Presley has that ability to be an offensive catalyst. It just needs to be matched on the defensive side of things.
Right back down the floor for Neufeld. Annabelle able to finish it off in the paint. 74-54, back to a 20-point lead. There's a three. Doesn't miss by much for Asia Borg.
You know, at this point, trading baskets doesn't really change the outcome of the game. And so, you know, learning how to dig a little bit deeper, and even if it doesn't necessarily change the outcome of this game, it's going to put you in a better position to be ready for tomorrow's game. So for them to be able to finish on a good stretch here, a good run, maybe win the fourth quarter even, those are all momentums that you can take into the next match.
Here's a three for Riverside. Mendoza unable to hit it. And that went right to us here.